Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. NBC News reported on Friday, May 29th, citing three sources, that a U.S. F-15 Strike Eagle fighter jet shot down in southwestern Iran in April may have been hit by a Chinese-made shoulder-fired missile. One source and a U.S. official familiar with the matter stated that China may have also supplied Iran with long-range early warning radar capable of detecting stealth aircraft early in the conflict. The radar, identified as YLC-8B, might have been deployed during the war. The sources noted it is unclear whether the missile was recently delivered or from older stockpiles. The White House emphasized that Chinese leader Xi Jinping had assured President Trump he would not supply weapons to Iran. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in the U.S. denied the allegations, stating China exports military products cautiously and responsibly, adhering to laws and international obligations, and opposes baseless smears. The report also mentions previous U.S. intelligence indicating Beijing's plan to provide new air defense weapons to Iran, suggesting a possible deliberate leak by U.S. officials. Previously, the Trump administration accused China of allowing Iran to use Chinese satellites for targeting U.S. troops in the Middle East, leading to U.S. sanctions on three Chinese satellite companies, which Beijing denied. U.S. officials are aware of Beijing's support for Iran, though they claim it has not decisively impacted the battlefield situation. Historically, China has supplied Iran with significant weaponry, but since the UN arms embargo in 2006, sales shifted to components and technology for Iran's domestic arms industry. 55 people, including 6 children, were killed and dozens more injured in an accidental gunpowder blast in a rebel-held village in Myanmar, API reported. The explosion occurred on Sunday afternoon local time in Khao Tat, a village in northern Shan State, a territory controlled by the Palong Self-Liberation Front, Tang National Liberation Army, PSLF, Merikli leading. The armed group confirmed that mining explosives detonated accidentally, leading to the virtual destruction of the entire village. Local officials have issued an urgent call for blood donations as emergency workers continue efforts to free victims trapped in rubble. The PSLF 10 named Detonale stated that the cause of the explosion will be investigated in detail, and authorities will take appropriate legal action. The Tang National Liberation Army is one of Myanmar's primary ethnic rebel groups fighting for independence. GG Press reported that successive drone attacks targeting civilians and displaced persons in Sudan's Kordofan region have killed a total of 67 people. Human rights monitoring groups disclosed the information on May 34. Among the incidents, 57 people died in a village in North Kordofan State on May 29, which local leaders attributed to the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF). The following day, May 30, a displaced persons camp in West Kordofan State, an area controlled by the RSF, was attacked, killing 8 children and 2 women. Sudan has been in a civil war for 4 years, with approximately 200,000 people killed, over 11 million displaced, and widespread hunger. The Czech Senate Speaker, Milos Vystrčil, arrived in Taiwan today, June 1st, leading a delegation for his second visit. During his stay, he is scheduled to meet with President Lai Ching-te, Vice President Ectabik Pased, the Sauba Show, Biku, legislative representatives, and various ministerial heads. In response, the Chinese embassy in the Czech Republic issued a statement on Sunday, May 31st, condemning Vystrčil's sneaky visit to Taiwan as a serious infringement on China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The unnamed spokesperson for the embassy reiterated China's firm opposition to any official exchanges between countries with which it has diplomatic relations and Taiwan, urging the Czech government to take immediate and effective measures to mitigate the adverse effects of this action. Vystrčil, who previously visited Taiwan in 2020, stated that this trip was made at the invitation of Legislative Yuan Speaker Han Kuo-yu. Although the current Czech government, led by Prime Minister Andrej Babiš, had expressed dissatisfaction and declined to provide a special plane, citing potential damage to trade relations with China, Vice Churchill proceeded with his visit. This news is from Thai Sounds. Al Jazeera reports that Colombia's presidential election first round concluded with far-right outsider Abelardo de la Espriella and left-wing Senator Ivan Cepeda advancing to a runoff on June 24. De la Espriella secured 43% of the vote, surpassing Cepeda's 40%, but neither reached the 50% threshold needed for an outright win. Security was a central concern for voters. Cepeda, a well-known senator, advocates for negotiated solutions to the country's long-running internal conflict, aligning with outgoing President Gustavo Petro's total peace policy. De la Espriella, a newcomer to elected office, champions a hardline approach against crime, including building megaprisons and aggressive anti-drug trafficking measures. The upcoming runoff is expected to be challenging for Cepeda, as the right-wing vote is likely to consolidate behind de la Espriella. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.